Guys, honestly, being a Pokemon fan in 2025 is legit a humiliation ritual. Like, to be honest, I don't even know why I play Pokemon anymore, to be honest. I don't know why. Because, like, they just keep giving us crap every single time, and I keep playing it because I am a sick individual. No, because only someone who is mentally deranged, like, if you're mentally sick, that's the only time you ever play a Pokemon game in 2025. And, like, to be honest, after Pokemon Legends Arceus, if you bought Legend Scarlet and Violet, you are brain dead. If you bought Legends ZA, you are brain dead. Well, I'm also brain dead because I actually bought Legends ZA, expecting maybe Pokemon would actually make the formula even better. Well, as to be expected, Game Freak and Nintendo are not to be trusted because these guys are crazy people that keep giving us nonsense and expect us to pay full price, which I did pay full price. And to be honest, I'm really disappointed in myself. I should have watched the reviews from other YouTubers before buying this game, which was a fault on my part. I decided to like close my eye and go in. Because that's what I did for Legends Arceus and I wasn't disappointed. I loved Legends Arceus so much because the way of doing combat was actually amazing. Like the strong style, the light style, that was lovely. The part where you have to hide from Pokemon to capture them, where Pokemon could chase you in the open world and attack you, it was good. That game, even if it's not an open world game, it's an open area game, it should be categorized as an open world game because it was very good. The traversal was amazing. Honestly, with all the things I'm about to say, it would be a surprise if you guys still wanted to play the game even if it was free, because like this game is the most lackluster slop Nintendo and Game Freak have ever given us. Honestly, it's a very big disappointment. My biggest disappointment with Legend ZA is the map. The map is very small. It just takes you 6 whole minutes to go around the entire map, and that's to show how small it is. But that's not even the main issue, because if we could enter all the buildings, like not even all the buildings, just like a good amount of buildings, that would have been nice. It would have made like the whole seem a little bit big, but it's not. All the buildings are just copy pasted rectangles with painted on textures for windows and doors. There's nothing interesting. Every block of the city you go to, you see the exact same building. The freaking copy pasted buildings in a game that they're charging 70 freaking dollars. Okay, let's say now you want to go onto the rooftops. They're all copy pasted. Like from the start to the end of the game, whatever rooftop you go to, it's the same. There are no people on top of the rooftops, just empty rooftops with like chairs and tables. Some of them, there's nothing interesting on those rooftops. Nothing. And you'd expect that, okay, there should be something interesting to explore. The city is based on France, so there should be underground like catacombs or whatever. I know a lot of people like speculated that maybe we'd get that. We did get that, but not the way we wanted, because what we have is like a sewer area, and in the sewer area, just one sewer area we have, and there's a massive hallway that there's nothing there. There's no clue, puzzle, mystery to uncover. That there's nothing. It's just a massive hallway that takes you to one massive sewer area where you battle a few Pokemon and then leave. There's nothing interesting, both above ground and underground. There's nothing, and even the wild zones. There's nothing interesting. The wild zones are all just copy pasted. The only unique wild zone in the whole game is one specific wild zone that has snow inside. That's the only unique thing inside there. So you're telling me that a game with everything that is lackluster should be categorized as a game that should be charged $70? Like, please tell me. That game doesn't even deserve to be $40. It doesn't deserve to be $40. The open world is completely dead, lackluster. Even some open world games in PS2 are better than that shit, to be honest. Because you just take a few movements away from some characters and then they pop out of existence. Please, in 2025 we have character pop in. What kind of rubbish is that? Like the entire game is just like the entire world's map is disappointing. Any design principle for levels or whatever was not taken into account. Like Game Freak did the most sloppiest and laziest thing in designing their open world map. Just copy pasting buildings, even the verticality of like the rooftops and all that stuff. Nothing interesting to explore there. Like there's nothing interesting to explore in that freaking game. It's so disappointing. Game Freak has done practically nothing to add variety into their open world. Everything is copy pasted. There's nothing unique, nothing different. Wherever you go is the exact same thing you see. Nothing interesting. Vehicles don't move. People don't move. Like, why? Why, Game Freak? Why? Like, is this why we pay money so you guys can give us the most laziest efforts and then you expect us to like your franchise and whatever? Why I'm happy is that a lot of Pokemon fans are actually discovering that Game Freak is actually just using them. Like, to be honest, because Game Freak is using you. They give you shit and then they expect you to pay. And I'm happy a lot of people cancel their pre-orders because it's not worth it. Waste a lot of money just to get that bullshit. It's not. And to put more salt in the wound, it doesn't have any reasonable movement abilities. Like in the previous games, like Legends Arceus and Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet, you had the ability to fly, to glide, to climb mountains, and to also swim. In Legends ZA, you don't have any of that. Like there's nothing unique. The only thing you can do is just one air jump. That is when you're falling. Like there's nothing unique there. Like traversing that game is not fun. Exploration is not fun. Traversal is not fun. Like there's nothing they did to add any fun elements that make it nice to actually traverse the world. There's nothing they did there. It was basically lackluster minimum effort. Just let's just do this. Let them just be able to run around and then do an air jump. That's all. Please. How is that interesting? How does that make someone want to actually replay the game? It doesn't. And honestly, the side quests of the game are just very disappointing because basically side quests are like this. Go and talk to someone, you have like a 2 or 3 minute cutscene, which basically we know we don't read anything. They'll just keep pressing A until the cutscene is done because Pokemon doesn't have amazing cutscenes. Their cutscenes are the most boring cutscenes in any game ever. Then you battle the trainer. The trainer basically has 1 or 2 Pokemons that have like maybe 1 or 2 moves that if it's a strong Pokemon, you can practically just steamroll through them. So when you've defeated them, you go back, have another long 2 to 3 minute cutscene, and then you get rewarded with practically nothing, maybe a few berries or whatever, just useless stuff. Then some other stuff you just go use your skills on like maybe stationary objects like trees or whatever, and then you get rewarded. And you know what pisses me off is the cutscenes. The cutscenes in this game are just rubbish. I hate the cutscenes in this game. In fact, I hate the cutscenes in almost every Pokemon game. The cutscenes are so boring. I've seen cutscenes in games like Digimon stories. Like, oh my god, the cutscenes are amazing. It shows you that they put a lot of effort. But Game Freak can't even put in effort to do ordinary cutscenes. Like, please tell me. This is the cutscenes they make is something someone that is learning game dev would do. Like, to be honest, it's low quality cutscenes, very low quality. And about the game mechanics, like the new battling mechanics, it's not that bad to be honest. I actually like the ability that, like, I actually like that we're able to like control the Pokemon in real time. You understand, like real time battles. It's actually amusing. But the issue I have with it is that it should have spent more time in the oven, to be honest, because it's a very nice idea, but it needs more development. It needs to be fine tuned even better. You understand? The combat system is alright, but to be honest, I actually preferred the combat system of Legends Arceus, which had the strong and light style. I love that. That to me, that's the best Pokemon battle system, to be honest. This real-time one, it's okay, but it needs more time in the oven, to be honest. The only thing I do like is the Mega Evolution of Starmie, which is which it's basically just a star with like elongated like legs and hands. It's kind of funny to be honest, but like it does look like Starro from DC Comics. It's very cute and fun, and I like the part when he was running away. Like, let me show you guys on screen when he was running. That was actually quite cute and funny. But that would be very scary in real life when you just see something like that running towards you. So I did love that part. I did love that Mega Starmie. But apart from that, that was practically it. That was practically it. The rest of the game is shit. It's trash. And to be honest, I feel like this game was dead on arrival because I don't know who sits down to plan Pokemon games, but that guy needs to be fired and not paid money because who plans games like this? Okay, you're planning this open, you hear it in the name open world, but the world itself is a very tiny closed off city with no variety, nothing to explore. It's just quiet, small, and little. Like there's nothing interesting in the entire open world map, nothing. And then there's no nice way of there's no fun traversal mechanics. There are no fun traversal mechanics. They could have added parkour like vaulting, all that kind of stuff. Like it would make it so much fun. You could run, vault over stuff, climb, jump. Those would be very nice. It would make, even if there was nothing interesting to explore, people would still play the game just because they are able to do like all these kind of like movement traversal kind of stuff. Or you could use Pokemon to help you do that, like in the previous games like Arceus and Scarlet and Violet. But they never did that. They just gave you one single air jump that you do when you're falling. And there's nothing interesting there. Why would someone want to do that? It's very boring. Completely in the planning phase, the game failed. It utterly failed. And you'll be wondering, which executive or higher dev sits down and just listens to someone make a very stupid game plan and then greenlights it that yes, that's the best. It's not. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing good about it. Nothing that you can say yes that
Because like anyone with like two working brain cells would realize that a game that has a very small map, a dead city, no amazing traversal skills, would realize that yes, this game would be dead on arrival, that maybe it needs a little bit more time in the offering so that we can add more features. And when I saw the leaks of like because you know a few days back, some hackers hacked into Nintendo and then leaked out all the information about the Pokemon games in the coming years. And to be honest, what when I saw the plans of like Legend ZA, it's been dead on arrival since from the start. So to be honest, like they just need to fire the person that actually greenlit the designer of Legend ZA. That guy doesn't know what he's doing. And from what I've seen in the leaks, we're going to have a lot of lackluster Pokemon games for the years to come. And due to that, I am honestly denouncing myself as a Pokemon fan. I will I feel like it's time to just leave the franchise where it is. It was a nice time while it lasted. Yeah, let me just go back and replay my Legends Arceus and then reminisce to a time when Pokemon was actually good, because all the games like Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire, all those games were amazing. You could go into every building, you could communicate with people. Sometimes you would talk to someone and that would actually give you a quest where you would actually go and find certain items which you would use in the game, and it was so much fun. You could use TMs to cut down trees, get into places. There were mazes, maps, stuff that you could do. A lot of interesting stuff. But in the current 3D Pokemon game, there's nothing interesting you could do. They make the game so lackluster that it's very disappointing, because I love Pokemon. I love the franchise. But it's they just show that they don't love the fans anymore. Like, you don't love the fans that actually made your franchise a multi-trillion-dollar franchise. You guys just love our money. And you love our money, but you don't give us something that's worth our money. So please, how do you expect us to like pay for these things, to be honest? Because Legends ZA is the last Pokemon game I've ever spending my money on, to be honest. Like, I'm selling my Switch, I and emulating all my physical copy of Nintendo games. That's what I'm going to do on my Steam Deck. That's it. I'm never buying Nintendo game again, and I'm not buying their overpriced console. That's it. Let them take all their stress and let them and just go. I don't want anything to do with that company anymore. Like, bro, their games are just not worth it anymore. I rate this game as the worst Pokemon game ever released this entire year, or like forever, to be honest. Because if you've played Pokemon X and Y, my god, that game was amazing. The traversal was good. The gameplay was amazing. The city was beautiful. The music was good. Everything about that game was nice, man. If they could even bring back the Ruler's Kits from Pokemon X and Y, I would love that. But as you expect, Game Freak would never actually do something that would actually benefit the fans. So to be honest, the rating I give this game is a complete 1 out of 10. Because anyone that rates this game like 2, 3, 4... let's just be honest, they are Nintendo bootlickers. Because someone that actually saw this game would rate it like, if you are being generous, it's a 3 or 4, to be honest. If you are being generous, you would give this game a rating of 3 or 4 out of 10. But I'm not generous. I'm not freaking generous. I'm giving this game a full-on 1 or 1.5 out of 10. Because that's what it freaking deserves. This game is not amazing. It's not good. And it doesn't deserve $70. I wish I could get my refund back, but I freaking can't. So man, fuck this game.